I'll get off. Just let me know when you get starts. I'll just get off.
Yeah. I'm not like other people. Oh, I can do what?
I'm in some mood tonight, baby. I am in some wicked mood today. I'm sorry about scaring you, Sal, but anyway, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Poke the Wolf. Edward Cho, Kevin Wall here. Mick Chen behind the scenes. Got a lot to talk about today. And boy, Tony Romo. I hated him as a Dallas Cowboy, but man, I love him. I love him. As not just a football announcer, but as a comedian. And people just need to get the stick out of here. You know what's. And just laugh at yourself. But Edward Cho, what's happening?
Hey, Wall, what's going on?
I told you, man. I was in some type of mood. There's a lot to talk about.
You were yesterday. You texted.
Just chomping at the bit, being like, we're all set and ready to go with this. We're all amped up. A lot of good news, a lot of woke news, a lot of shit that's gonna piss you off. A lot of shit's gonna piss everyone off. You still have music? Is that just me?
No, we got the music on. Hey, but I'm cool with it.
Well,
That's how Pharrell used to do a show back in the day. He would have an instrumental.
Oh my God, Pharrell!
Scott Pharrell.
Scott Pharrell.
I thought you said
jibbity. Great host, but he would always have instrumentals. So I'm with it with the music. But I'll tell you what, I text you on Saturday or sometime during the weekend, and I was already predicting, like, okay, like, we're gonna have a good show. There's a lot to talk about, and then Tony Romo came on, and here we are.
Kevin, straight up, just here's the thing: when we do this show,
Do we have sound on, by the way? Is there a background noise? Am I hearing?
No, I'm here.
Okay, all right, cool.
When we started this, we knew that we got into it because we hate the woke cancel culture. It's what we don't like. But if you were to tell me that we were going to have like this much stuff, this much weird crap that was going to get that just absolutely just ridiculous stuff that we're going to talk about today, absolutely ridiculous stuff, and it should just piss you off. It's not even that it makes you angry. Some of it's just flat out insanity.
I know.
It's just insanity. And the fact that there's a side that actually agrees with it makes it even worse, doesn't it? It makes it even worse.
I mean, we've been saying it for how long? Since day one of the show. Social media is just it's a bad drug for society. And, it's those 3 or 4 people that are just trolls. They're fake accounts 90% of the time. When you see a celebrity mention, tweet whatever, or a politician, you click on these accounts and you see like 3 followers, 4 followers, or whatever it is. So, of course, on Sunday with Tony Romo, the Buck game, Bucks and...
It was... who'd they beat? They beat up on...
Chicago.
Bears.
Yeah, 38-3 or 30
up on somebody.
Yeah, 38-3.
Yeah.
Brady throws his 600 touchdown to Mike Evans. Mike Evans gives the ball to a fan wearing a Mike Evans jersey, and obviously Evans didn't know that was a 600 ball. I mean, you're focused on the game. You score a touchdown. It's the heat of the moment.
Before you go on, I'm just sorry, and this is just a small thing, and then we're gonna go on with the story.
Right.
But not to cut you. But just props to just Tom Brady. Good Christ,
my
Lord.
God, yeah.
He's having like, Jesus.
I used to hate him,
dude. I think he has like 2,200 yard like passing yards this year alone or something.
This man in his mid-40s or something?
He's 44.
43.
Doesn't he have like 21?
43.
I think he has like 2,100, 2,200 passing yards this year alone. Like, he's got, like, good God. So, go on your story. But,
Father Time was always,
props to him,
defeated.
Though.
I mean, when you're eating avocado ice cream and, like, sleeping in the thing that Michael Jackson would, an oxygen chamber.
Whatever he's doing, he's eating it right, but he's just a great quarterback.
Could be like Captain America, come back in another 70 years.
He's the closest thing we have to Captain America. He really
is.
I
hated him as the Patriots. Again, I have a bias with the Patriots. I went to school there. They disrespected my team. We beat them twice in the game. Disrespected my man, Eli Manning. At least give respect. They can't stand him, and they say, he's not good. He's not... Anyway.
Right.
So once he went to Tampa, I started pulling for him.
Okay. So go on. I'm sorry. I just want to throw that Tom Brady thing out there.
So the 600 pass happens. Nance and Romo, they're going, no, but you can't do that. This is a 600 ball. And then once they give it to him, they're like, all right, the Bucks are going to have to start negotiating. And, of course, Tony Romo just making a joke. Yeah, I'm asking for a date with Giselle. I mean, that's funny. I mean, let's be real.
Is funny.
Brady has a hot wife, supermodel.
It is funny.
And out of all models, it's Giselle Bundchen.
And he kind of said it out of his brain. He meant it as a joke, obviously. Like, the fact that people are getting triggered. Like, come on, man.
Here's the thing. He could have went multiple ways. There were multiple paths of where he wanted to go. He obviously didn't cross that line. He dropped it right there and then.
Yep.
He could have said, "Oh, I could take Giselle. I can spend the night with her. I can go on vacation with her for a weekend."
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
not like he said anything wrong.
Yeah.
He could have said, "Oh," with Giselle
Yeah, he was like, you know what?
on live TV.
I want
he
some favors.
didn't.
Get
So-
that gorilla glue. Yeah.
So of course it's the 3 or 4 people on Twitter that are being like, "I'm offended by that." What did Romo offend you by?
Offended by what?
What
though?
is that? They're saying it's sexist or misogynist.
Wait, but how was it? Like, can someone explain to me? Like, how was it misogynistic? How was it sexist? Anyone here at the table, Ming included. Like, how and or why?
don't
Right?
know.
Was it give me something. Give me something on why and how this was like a really negative thing where we're talking about it. Anyone?
It's just people that are bored out of their minds, you know, that like this.
Yeah, it's absolutely asinine. I bet there are women out there who would want a night with Giselle as well. So it's not sexist. Absolutely not sexist.
It's
There
a
you go.
compliment.
There you go.
It's a compliment number one to Giselle, and then it's a compliment to Tom Brady. And obviously, what are the odds that Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen were? Or obviously Brady wasn't watching, but what are the odds that Giselle Bundchen was not watching the game on TV? She's most likely in Raymond James Stadium. I mean, you're in Florida. There's a chance that your husband's going to make a milestone that will likely never be broken, or at least for a very long time.
Whose wife or girlfriend was? It was in the Cowboys' new stadium, and they kept showing.
Oh, that was Romo actually with Jessica Simpson.
on the screen, and
was
but
that-
but they won't complain. The fans salivate over Jessica. Oh my God! Look at the size of those knockers.
You know what?
I don't see anybody.
Well,
doing
the
anything
reason
wrong
why
that.
with that is because that was a different time when Romo went out with Jessica Simpson. How many years ago was that?
Oh, that
Wow.
was when the Giants were on their playoff run in 2007.
Okay, so
because
eons
she
ago,
wore
so-
the pink Romo jersey, and
Yes.
that was bad luck.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
right. Great.
they had a
memory.
fun weekend
Well done.
combo.
Well done,
the
you.
week prior.
I think
Yes.
they were done after that game. I think, right?
As Gary saying, he would last 15 seconds. Oh boy.
That's how bad things have changed. Right?
No,
like you're talking about what
Yeah.
you just said, right? What happened in 2007, and right now, something as stupid as a comment like that, and people are getting upset.
It's not
for
just,
what?
It's,
Why?
It's not just. It's across. Unfortunately, it's across the board. Everything in this world, you can't sneeze the wrong way. You can't. You know, if you
Right.
sneeze in the store, everybody looks at you like.
Yeah.
God forbid now, yeah.
And I sneeze, but I cover myself. But they still look at you funny. And I went to some. I actually turned around to somebody. Says, "What's your problem?"
Right.
Hey, the Brooklyn was coming out.
Well, the Brooklyn was coming out of me. Yeah.
Did they answer to you?
No,
Huh?
but it's everything, and I'm sorry to go off the beaten path here. Let's take it. We know what happened with Alec Baldwin. You know,
Right.
why was that guy even there as a director or whatever he was? Okay, let's go back to some Jello pudding.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's all happening. We get it. We know, but the Cosby Show is still on TV. 2. The Dukes of Hazzard, one of my favorite shows and a lot of people's favorite show. It was because of the Confederate flag is on an orange race car. Now, the show wasn't about a car. Here are 2 boys from the South on probation running from the cops because they were running moonshine. They're shooting, not guns, but bows and arrows with dynamite in them. And they can't show the show anymore on TV because it's the flag on the car, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But here's the other crazy thing. But they still show the movie they made.
Yeah. No,
Does it make
and you can go
kind
through
of sense whatsoever?
and you can go through
Yeah,
any
it's-
70s and 80s show, and obviously they wouldn't survive at the time if there was social media 40 years
All in
ago.
the Family.
Oh my God!
Oh, my God, yeah.
great show.
The Jeffersons.
Yeah, great.
Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons. You know.
If social media was a thing at that time, it would
You
never survive.
Unfortunately, can't joke anymore. If you can't laugh at yourself, then
But the thing was, I want to know the people. I want to see the people who were offended by Romo's remarks, just because
it's the same people who were offended by a lot of stuff now.
I personally don't think anyone's really offended.
I don't think so either. I
it's
think
gotta be a-
social media is just that
It's a
powerful
money- it's a-
now,
it's
and
a-
I don't think we're ever going to get out of it.
It's a
No.
money. It's a money thing.
Unfortunately,
too.
no.
Someone's making money off of this. Someone's just wants attention. Somebody wants anything because it's just it's such foolishness to be offended by something.
Right.
As idiotic.
That'd be like me. You're a comedian.
Yes.
Okay, I'm your agent. You know what, Ed? Crowds are a little low. Let's take a different approach. I want you to say this, this, and this. Now, all of a sudden, because I turned you into somebody you probably didn't want to. Now you're getting a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
That's
Because they
how
wanna-
it is. It's like, okay, me and Kevin want to make more money.
Right.
How are we going to do that? Like, we got to try a little sneak tactic or say something off the page. We're going to get more listeners.
Well, here,
That's how certain things, unfortunately, work.
but you got to find the person. I think we had an episode about that, Kev, where
Oh, yeah.
we talked about that, and it's like,
It was one of the
yeah,
very first.
It was
yeah.
one of the very first, and I believe you can listen back to when it was. But it was like, let's say he has a program director, and he's like, all right, you know what, your ratings are good, but we're offending these many people, what have you. Let's say this, and back off on it.
It
And
never
then
works.
Kev
Right.
was like, no, he was like, because you got to be your true self, you got to be, and I think you said like kick rocks. You were like, no, I'm going to do what I'm
No,
going
it's
to do.
true,
right?
and you can always find your way.
And that's the problem, because when you're yourself and you're not a puppet on a string, like an ex-president was, he beat it to his own drum. Nobody liked it because he didn't care what they wanted him to say. He was for himself and what he wanted to say.
Right.
No,
Exactly.
and you know what? Tony Romo had, when he took over with for Phil Simms, they said, Romo, you got the personality, you're younger, probably cheaper at the time. Phil
He's
Simms had a
good,
good,
too.
He's predicting plays left and right
Right. He's
before
good.
they happen.
Yeah.
The play happens. Romo's looking like a genius, so of course he's a good commentator.
Right.
Yeah.
But you gotta let him be him. He's gonna throw in a joke here and there. I see him being throwing in
Just
more
like
humor.
A-Rod.
Yeah.
People can't stand A-Rod. I mean, sometimes he says things that are a little, okay, but he knows the game. He could probably manage a team. They hate him in the booth because he'll critique everything. And that's what a lot of ball players do.
The odd thing here is that we're talking about, well, Tony Romo is great in this. We're talking about him like he did something bad. He didn't say anything bad.
He didn't.
say
Again,
anything
he could have said
bad.
he could have went down so many paths, so many roads, and it could have been 1,000 times worse. And yet, all he said, I just want to date Giselle.
Yeah.
Go on a date with Giselle.
No, exactly. As for that, it's fun. It's a fun. It was so lighthearted. It was so fun. It wasn't meant to offend
But the thing is,
anybody.
I don't think CBS
Right.
is talking to Tony Romo, but be like, hey, you can't say that. But the fact that there was a reaction to it and people were going at it, there was an article, even published about it, which is flat out ridiculous.
Were people asking for an apology? I don't know. Like, did,
Of course, the people on
They did?
Twitter. I mean, when you have the Twitter account with 3 followers with a golden cat as their background, yeah, they're asking for apology because they got nothing better to do. But the normal person or the normal IQ human, male or female,
Right.
no, I don't think they care.
Did Brady come forward and say anything?
No,
He
there's
knows
nothing
it.
to talk
Because he-
about.
Because he knows it's a joke. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Tony, I hope Tony Romo doesn't apologize for anything, saying if I offended anybody, then it wasn't.
Exactly.
I hope he doesn't. Hope you got to stick to your guns on this one and be like, because that's the mob or that's a weird mentality where if you're a guy that you didn't say anything that was even mildly remotely bad, okay, and he apologized for it. That's where things are going down.
Yeah.
That's what shit's
Right,
going
no,
down. That's what
exactly.
shit's going
Yeah.
down.
No, he doesn't
Exactly.
care. And Sal, you just mentioned it earlier in the show how he was meeting, a kid that had cancer, and he had to sign after the game, saying, Tom Brady inspired me to defeat cancer. And Brady saw that, and he went up to him in the final 30 seconds,
The
gave him.
kid was hysterical.
It was
crying.
hysterical crying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that should have been the story,
Right.
for the most part, which I think it was, 80% of it, but it should have been a full 100. But just
Right.
because, Mary Jo on Twitter with her 9 cats and has nothing better to do, gets appalled by that. And unfortunately, it's a story, but
I guess she was pussyfooting around. Oh.
But anyway, what you were saying about comedy, you gotta walk on eggshells. And Dave Chappelle, we know that story, and the fact that's still a story, he's not backing down.
No,
he is
no.
standing. He is sticking to his guns.
Because it was recent, where it was a few days ago, where he just flat out said, he was like, listen, you want to have a meeting, we can have a meeting. I don't know what it's going to accomplish. What you're going to tell me? You're going to tool me on on what I talked about, or you're going to tell me how to do comedy? And he was like, no, I'll do it, but we'll do it on my terms.
How
He
would-
was like,
how would
we'll do it on
these-
my terms.
How would these people now take to George Carlin if he was still alive?
There would be no George Carlin. That's the
Or
problem.
Richard Pryor.
There would be no Richard Pryor, and that's the problem, right? You would stop these geniuses because you have some like snowflakes that are getting so upset.
Yeah.
That,
And it's
that-
funny you said cancel culture, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And I was watching the 500th episode of Law and Order, which was one of my favorite shows. And the guy, Nick, came back the detective or whoever he was in the program, and he had said the same thing, and he was telling Benson at the time, "Oh, I can't say this because of the cancel culture," and they used that line in the show. Which
Wow.
was like,
I believe
was
it.
I was
How
like,
many years ago was that?
Just last Thursday's
Just
episode.
last Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which, of course, if you watch Law and Order back in the day, Patient Zero, it's called, and COVID was mentioned back in that 2004
Yes.
episode.
Oh, look
Yes,
at
I
that.
remember
And
that.
they were using that on the Wii channel as a commercial.
Were
And
they?
they were-
Yeah.
It's on the Lysol bottle. Come on.
We could have another conversation on
when
that.
is the end game for all this?
Well, that's the
It's-
thing. I'm
yes.
praying, people that are having babies now or kids that are like 2 or 3 years old, I'm praying by the time that they start having social media and start using, because that's not going to go away.
Yeah.
Facebook or Twitter is not dying out anytime soon. I hope we can get to a point in the next 10 to 15 years where we can all, sit down and agree. I'm talking about executives and CEOs.
Right.
And I don't see Jack Dorsey, unfortunately, doing it anytime soon. Like, this is ridiculous. Let's get rid of the fake accounts. Let's get rid of the burner accounts. It's got to get to a point where, if you don't have more than 200 followers and, you're
It
gone.
doesn't matter. It
You're
doesn't-
gone. Especially if you're only tweeting crazy things back to other Twitter accounts where it's obvious
Right.
that, you're a burner account.
I think it actually goes deeper than that too, because I think you have these burner accounts, but you actually have people in larger organizations that really do get triggered. Like there's organizations out there where people really are just nuts, crazy, and and they just get offended. No
But
matter-
why though? I mean,
Yeah,
15,
exactly.
20 years ago. I mean, speaking of a comedian, Artie Lang, he doesn't care what he says. He is who he is. Why do you think the Howard Stern show has hit rock bottom?
Yeah.
Since he's left. And by the way, Artie's coming back. By
Yeah,
the way,
I saw
that
that,
was
yeah.
announced. So
Yeah.
obviously, we're glad that he went through a tough time the past couple years. He's healthy, he's sober, and it looks like he's going to be going back to work. He disappeared. He fell off the face of the earth.
Well,
once
maybe-
the pandemic hit.
Well, I hope a lot of larger comics take a book from Chappelle. Because I honestly think people need. Look, you have Dave Chappelle, and you offended some people, and here's the thing: if you're Dave Chappelle, and he's being vilified for what he said, yeah. So you know how there's a left, there's a left, there's a right. Okay, there's absolutely no doubt that when this is all over, he's going to be more on the right side, because the lefts are the one they're getting offended. The lefts are the one that are like, what?
I don't even
transgender-
call that a left. I don't even call. I
What
just
they
call
need
that,
is a left hook.
It's
is what they
more.
need.
No, I-
No. Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
I'll let you
but-
fin- I'll
no,
let
I'm
you
saying, but it's more of a left thing. It's more of a liberal left thing
Right.
than it is on the people.
Right, right.
People on the right. So here's the thing. I hope he's now a voice. He can't get canceled because he's just too big.
And he-
I think that when you have FU money, when you have FU money, you can say whatever the heck you want.
Right.
And I think I said it in the podcast that we had before. He the fact that he even has all this, he's just getting more powerful. Like people are gonna latch
Right,
onto him.
exactly.
And that's a great thing because people need a voice. So if you can latch onto what he's doing, people are just afraid. I mean, obviously he's a comic, but at work or wherever, dance class, whatever, you can't say what you want. You're gonna get canceled, and you're gonna be, sequestered into this terrible person. But they're afraid. I think a lot more people feel the way Dave does.
yeah.
So if you
agree.
could, but they're just afraid. So if there's someone out there as popular and as famous as Dave, and you can get behind his message, and you're not afraid to move forward, you're not afraid to back down, you're not afraid of being canceled. That's what we need right now. And I hope a lot of other comedians. Well, not even comedians, anybody in the entertainment industry, singers, actors,
musicians,
anybody,
you
right?
could be on
just
tour.
get behind
we could
it.
be in a
And-
band, and the manager could say, "You know what? You guys can't do this song no more. It's
The
offending a
Rolling
lot of people."
Stones.
But I
They
just want to
can't do
wait.
Brown
sugar.
Sugar.
You can't-
Yeah.
They stopped doing Brown Sugar. Oh my gosh,
They
that's
had to
right.
change the lyrics.
Yep. You could just this is just idiocy. So I
Right.
just hope anyone that, from the sound of my voice, get behind what Dave Chappelle is doing. Get behind, the entertainer. We need entertainers that are gonna do what Dave Chappelle is doing and be the voice for the general populace. I really feel that'll make a difference because people are afraid and he's not.
No, and I agree with you because you said he is a powerful individual in the entertainment, in the comedy business.
He's the comic.
No, no. If he, let's just say, if he did bow down, where do you think comedy would be going moving forward into 2022 and beyond? I mean, it's still going down that route, but Chappelle's finally, he's showing
he won't
pair.
be able to probably get away with some of the stuff that he does now.
Yeah, you know what? Him being an African American, which is really like the fact that they want to just cancel him. Me being Asian, they won't be afraid to cancel me. And now it's getting to the point where if you say the wrong thing that triggers anybody, that's the worst thing. And here's the worst part of it too. Did you guys watch the Chappelle thing? I saw the whole thing.
Of course,
finally.
yeah.
Did you see it, Ming?
No.
Did you see it? No.
I've not seen it yet.
The whole thing. Dave makes fun of Asians,
Makes fun of everyone.
African Americans, Latino, everybody.
What about Lisa Lampanelli?
But
Look what she used to do. She used to attract the whole male, female.
Yeah, but she also went
whatever.
batshit crazy, and
She
she
did
had
go
to leave.
crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
she went Looney Tune after she got the
Plus,
surgery.
she attracted everybody in her
At the
audience.
time,
and
yeah.
she makes fun of everybody.
Man on man, boy, but
But-
it didn't matter.
But the weird thing about the Chappelle thing is this: he made fun of everybody like Lisa Lampanelli, but the transgender audience wasn't offended that he was making fun of Asians, African Americans. They're
only offended by what-
by the transgender community, like the trans, and it
Right.
wasn't even that bad. Like at the end, he put together.
and it was also an amazing story at the end regarding the
when
one
he
individual.
He put together a college fund for like it. They get. I swear, it's like they want to find something to get upset about because it gives them attention.
No, absolutely.
And that's it. I mean,
And at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We're all the same. No matter what your race, your color, your creed, your religion, they want to start a civil war.
And you know what? It's working.
It's
working.
And they're succeeding. And they're succeeding. And it's really up to. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it again. It's up to people like Dave Chappelle just to be like. And if you're transgender, no one here has got any problem with the transgender community. No one here has any problem with them at all. At all. But when they make it a problem, then there's divisive. You know what I'm saying? Then that's where things get.
That's the media. When the media
that's
grabs a hold of something, they hold on to that.
Yeah, oh yeah. And the media.
And they'll hold on to that for a very long time.
I just miss the days, like you were saying, Lisa Lampanelli. It's unfortunate that she, A, bowed down to it, but B, also she lost her mind. What she's saying to her crowd. That I remember there was one video that was on TMZ, in 2014. One person said, offended or whatever. Next thing you know, Lisa Lampanelli's calling her the C word and wishing uterine cancer on. Like, you don't say that.
Yeah.
And obviously you're trying to
there's
be.
a line you can't cross.
And Lisa Lampanelli went above and beyond that line at the time. She was like humble. If she was the 2005 Lisa Lampanelli, and by the way, I can't find her special. Because that was hysterical. I mean, she went after everyone in the first 15 minutes.
And she was great because you know what? Like, if you weren't made fun, like being Asian in the crowd or something, if you weren't made fun of, you were left out.
Yeah.
You're like, how come you're not making fun of me?
She even actually said. She actually even said in 2005. I remember. Are there any Asians in here? And there was like dead silence. Screw it. Let's talk about it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But it was just. But again, if you can't laugh at yourself, like
You're not you're not a man or a woman.
And you're not. That's a way of putting it. You're absolutely right. And this is where it's really getting bad. Where people are like, well, whatever Dave Chappelle did, it's changing America. America's this terrible place. America. I don't want to be an American anymore. I don't want to identify myself as an American anymore.
Everybody wants to rewrite history now. They want to. They took a statue away from City Hall that was there for 200 plus years.
Which statue? That was which one? Do you know?
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
They took down Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah, and they took out Robbie E. Lee in Virginia too. On top of that,
They took down when did they take down Thomas Jefferson? That was
last week, I think.
Yeah,
They took down Thomas Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man, can you bring that up?
yeah, they did. Yeah, once
I believe they did.
Yeah, once the Charlottesville thing began, that's where all the cancel culture with the statues like Robert E. Lee and Thomas Jefferson started becoming a thing.
They took down Thomas Jefferson. Whoa.
Yeah,
Well, it sparked student blowback, is what that said. But
and that's another problem.
I think at City Hall in Manhattan they did it.
Yeah, and that's another problem too. Just because, he was at the time, and I'm not saying, it was good at what he did.
yeah,
But like, you can't erase history at the same time.
Yeah.
You can't, because that you want to keep people
there it
informed.
is.
Like, hey, like this happened back in the day. It was a terrible thing, but by getting rid of him,
It's to be removed. Okay.
It's too,
so
okay.
it will be removed.
So apparently, people hate that the fact that he was a part of American history. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you can't erase American history. You got to
can't.
have people remember what's happened in the
If
past.
we want to teach our children the proper, we can't tell anybody how to raise children. Like
Right.
you, me, or me. We can't say, don't go to there and take them over there. It's none of our business.
Yeah.
You raise your kids the way you feel,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
not anybody else.
Exactly. And and I think every parent feels that way. I really do. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they
I wouldn't know.
was no, I don't
At least
know
I don't-
either. I mean, I don't have any kids either. I'm just saying though. But this, you take real America. I mean, what was it? I'm glad that. Okay, so Ming, you're gonna appreciate this as well. We're talking about like America history, and how great it is to be American, right? I still, I mean, you're gonna have to. I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to do a lot for me not to think that America is the greatest country in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that way. Did you see? Was it a week or two ago? Superman changed their motto.
What?
What?
Yes, truth, justice, and a better tomorrow.
Yeah,
instead of the American
it
way.
used to be truth, justice, and the American way. Superman,
Oh,
right?
come
now
on,
it's
Superman.
truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. And then I think they wanted. I believe they asked Jim Lee. Wasn't that the publisher? Right? Jim Lee was like the one that.
Oh, he's up there in DC Comics. Yes.
Yeah. And he's the one that said, "Hey," they asked him, and he had no response.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
He had no response. Like, can you give?
Superman's now falling into this?
But Jim Lee, like, don't you think he deserves some type of? He should give you some kind of answer.
He should, but the comics industry's in the toilet. They gotta sell books, man. So he can't.
You
he can't.
being a comic book man, right? This should have affected you and be like, I'm getting no answer, like
Yeah, I
like
know-
zero answer.
I know, dude. He can't. There's gonna be pro and there's gonna be against. He's gotta sell books, man, to all of them. So I don't.
But is that even a
I don't-
smart thing to do? Bite
Ming,
the bullet
Ming,
and
come
bow
on.
down?
How did Mike feel about this? Mike Zapsa.
I don't know.
You're
I think. I mean,
Hey,
knowing
man, can we
Mike.
get Mike on the phone, please?
No, knowing Mike, he thinks
No,
it's
no.
bullshit. Of course,
Mike Zapsa,
Yeah, of
by the way,
course.
from the
No,
from
he's-
Comic Book Man as well. So.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
Mike is not a conservative. He's like, no, man, that's bullshit. It's the American way, man.
Well,
It's the American way. That's all. That's,
So if they
that's
go
all I
to show
believe.
the old show with George Reeves, are they gonna
No, they-
just edit that part out?
No, from here on in.
Truth, Justice, and the
See, I had no problem with. I believe.
No, I think it's crap.
I believe Superman's nephew is bisexual. That was right.
His son.
His son's
His son,
bisexual,
yes.
right? Okay, his son's bisexual. I really, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I didn't have that much of a problem with that. I was like, okay, well, it is what it is.
Was it the-
But truth, justice, and a better tomorrow instead of America. Like America is America a cesspool? I don't know about it yet. Like,
didn't they call New York the Great Melting Pot at one time?
At one time they did, yes.
Speaking of, I watched that debate yesterday. Oh my god, it's just
Did you say Master Who?
no the New York City mayor debate between Adams and your boy. Which I mean, I don't think it's going to make a difference, but it's just like looking back at it.
Yeah, the Italian
Bill,
guy,
Bill,
the,
Bill's like a write-in or Pepitone.
Wait,
It's not Sliwa.
wait,
So
But-
Bill Pepitone is running, but he's not on. He's
The
like
ticket?
he's on the ticket, but as a
well, he's not going to win anyway. New York City's just too
no,
far
it's
gone.
going to go to what's his name? It's
yeah.
gonna go
Eric
to-
Adams is going to win in the whole
Adams.
city of New York. Which if you don't mind,
No.
I want to give a big shout out to my old brothers and sisters at the New York Sanitation, all throughout the whole New York City Sanitation Department,
Yep.
along with the fire, the police, the PAPD, the teachers union, all the unions. They shut down the Brooklyn Bridge the other day, walked across it for this whole, if you don't get the vaccine, you're going to get fired or suspended. You won't have a job. There's a thing going out that because of what's going on, and a lot of firefighters aren't vaccinated, a firehouse next to Times Square had to shut down because they don't have enough
Wow.
firefighters to go
Wait,
out.
did they walk off the job or they got fired?
They I think walked. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, on the 28th, there is a big thing going on. They're all going to Gracie Mansion to protest. And then people make comments on these pages. And if you now, I saw something that the news was following. The garages in Staten Island, CBS and ABC News were following a couple of garbage trucks around.
Right.
and I saw a picture of a guy from Channel 7 News, like this with his phone, and he had it back on one of its trucks. Listen here, jerk off. Put a pair of gloves on, get out of the truck, and help the guy. How's that? If you don't know what a job entails, even though I'm retired, shut your mouth and don't say a word. That's it. If you don't know what a fireman's job entails, cop or whoever, the city of New York is a big union. Unity is a union. They're all gonna go. Whether Dumbo changes his decision with this vaccine, and we know what's gonna happen if Murphy does win. We're gonna do it the same shit out here.
Well, that's not. We don't know that. Let's be fair. We don't know that factually that's the case. But go on with your thing.
But he hasn't said a word, what makes you want to be scared. Because I said to you,
Yeah.
he's not going to say nothing because.
Well, I mean,
it's an election
I mean,
year.
his
So-
senior advisor said it.
Yeah.
On a hidden camera.
So what is this? So tomorrow, where is it again? It's
They're all going up to Gracie Mansion. There's going to be a whole bunch of union.
What time is it?
I think it's 11 a.m.
11 a.m. So I mean, you believe
Trust
it,
me,
you
if
go
I
out
didn't
there.
have to work tomorrow, I'd be there, retired, and backing up the units because this is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean,
here-
everyone
want-
has a First Amendment.
you
to
want
do
you
what
want to get you want your garbage picked up. I mean, come on, let's it's a unity,
Yeah.
and that's why for 20 and our job's a union, and there's a lot of people who never worked in a union before. They want to make comments on Facebook. Oh, these guys, what are they doing? You know, they worked through the rain, the sleet, the Hurricane Sandy's 9 years old already.
Yeah.
I worked in Staten Island through all that. I've watched people cry as I'm throwing their homes in a garbage truck.
Yep.
It's a unity. The city should be one. Not, oh, look at those morons over there. Did they know what they're doing? No, yous don't know what yous are doing.
You know, when I see these protests, it's really weird, and I think what's really important to say more than anything, and I hope Sal agrees, and I hope we all agree with this, right?
There's morons.
You have all those people together, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason,
50,000 people yesterday, the other day at City Hall.
but
Wow.
but for some reason, a lot of people want to frame it as, oh, look at these Trump anti-vaxxers and whatever. That's how a lot of people want to frame it, right?
Yeah.
But if you talk to a lot of these people, which I've seen that went to these protests, a lot of them are saying, "Listen, I'm not anti-vax. You know, I'm not
No.
anti-vax at all. A lot of them, I even have the vax.
I'm anti-mandate,
I
though.
just don't need anyone
Yeah.
telling me what.
Exactly.
I just don't
That's
need
what it
someone
is.
telling me or somebody I care about that has.
You know,
that's what it is.
It's funny you say
So
that.
it-
The only two people I listened to in my life were my parents.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's it.
That's the only issue that I have too. I mean, if you want to get it, get it.
If you wanna get it, get it. Yeah, exactly.
You and I have it. But I'm I'm going to shove it down your throat. Either get the shot or you're going to be fired or you're going to lose
But
your
what
job.
about this new
That's
commercial
wrong.
now with the guy on channels with all? Don't think the COVID shot is going to help you with the flu. Get the COVID shot and the flu at the same time. What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're saying, and then
One guy saying it cures all this. One guy saying it don't cure that. Hello, make up your
and
mind.
now the booster shot. They're saying, well,
No.
if you have
I'll
this,
give
you
you a
got to get that booster.
Bend over, I'll drug you to Newark.
It's getting a little crazy. There's people that agree with it,
And it's
people
gotten
that don't.
political too. It's gotten very political.
Are you,
Listen.
did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Were
Yeah.
you afraid?
Was I? You know why I wasn't afraid?
No,
This is
serious.
what-
Were you
no, okay,
afraid
let-
to the fact that
Well, let me explain.
you wouldn't know the side effect if he could? God forbid you can't have kids now.
I made it very clear, right, that I was going to get one shot. I got Johnson and Johnson. Okay,
That was the one and done.
The one and
Yeah.
done, right? So I was looking for that one because you weren't gonna inject me twice. So you're gonna hit me once, and I think they said that it's the least effective one, but that's fine. I was like, I'll take that one, and I think they're saying if you're gonna get a booster shot and if you got the Janssen, that's probably the one you want to take. You want a booster. I'm not
No.
getting a booster. You told
not either, no.
because you know what you
Not a
told me.
chance.
The CDC, you told me that everything was going to be fine. I'm going to take the booster, right? We're going to have herd immunity, and we're going to get through this. It's not going down that way, is it?
No.
It's like, well, now you got to do this, and now you got to do this, and now you got to do this. So I got my shot, and that's as far as it's going, man.
You got yours?
That's,
I'm not getting a booster. No.
That's
No,
not
you got the shot though.
Yeah.
As far
Okay,
as
you
it's
had
going.
no choice because of your job.
Yeah, let's say that.
Okay.
Down the road, but I did what I did, before that became a
right.
mandate.
Okay, but there it is, though. I'm not to cut you off, right?
No,
but
no.
I totally understand. It's kind of like, you know what? You got it done. You got something injected into your body because you didn't want to lose your job.
No,
That's-
no. I didn't do it
Oh.
because at
Oh,
that
okay.
time, no.
Oh,
that
all right.
wasn't a thing now. But I'm anti, if they're going to threaten my job, no, that's wrong.
Okay.
But no, I got it taken care of. You know,
I apologize if that. I
So,
thought if
if
that was
somebody
you know.
told
No,
you,
no, no, no,
if
no,
you
no,
don't
it's fine.
get this, you're losing your job. You're fired.
No, I hate that.
Yeah.
That
And these are the people that were on the front lines last year. That were
So
the
what?
heroes. The
I know.
heroes
The heroes
of last
became the
of
villain,
last year.
like Batman said. You live long enough to
Yeah.
be the villain.
The heroes of last year.
But
Out.
you're basically not basically. You're forcing people to get it. Well, if you want to work, you got to get this, or else you're fired.
That's correct. Yeah.
So you're telling me my pension is lost, my benefits are lost because I don't want to get a shot now?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what they're telling you.
That's
I think,
what the
yeah.
government is these days.
That's what they're telling you. I think. Yeah. Well, that's why the mandates are really, really difficult.
I mean,
and-
Ron
and New York-
DeSantis now in Florida. I mean, because the mandates right now, you know, there's so many officers losing their job. DeSantis
about-
saying,
He offered
we'll give you $5,000
Yeah.
and we'll take you in.
I just watched the Jet game was in London, and I just
hate
watched.
that, by
I
the
just
way.
watched.
Oh,
yeah.
I just watched the WWE Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia on pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were wearing masks. A lot of people weren't wearing masks. The Jet game, full stadium out there. A lot of people wearing masks. A lot of people weren't.
Yeah.
I was just with somebody who was in England. England lifted the mask mandate.
Recently?
They did.
Or,
Wow.
Well,
I
recently
didn't know
or
Yeah, recently, from what I heard, that's what he said.
I'm surprised by that.
no.
Honest to
But
God.
if it all came
Well, that's
from
just a
over
mask
there,
mandate,
wait a
though,
minute,
it's,
it all came from over there. But why are we behind in the times here? Not Jersey yet, but if you go everywhere else, it's lifted. But New York wants to shove it down your ass.
It's called power.
Yeah.
It's called
I mean,
people in power.
exactly.
That's what it is.
It's essentially.
And now we're talking about one party, you know, specifically. They
Yeah,
want
there's
power.
a party in the mouth. They're all coming.
well.
That took me a second, actually.
Oh, really? Really? That took that 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
I
Have another one.
I'm not about these mandates at all. I'm not. I'm very open about it. I don't know if you are. You know, I'm not afraid to say.
No, I'm not afraid to
I'm
say
not
it.
afraid.
Doesn't that
I'm
have
not-
to
We
be
said
a
it on
law?
we said it on the air how many
Yeah.
times?
Isn't that supposed to be a law?
What?
Is a mandate a law? Doesn't have to be written law.
No,
It's-
this is when they shove the executive orders. You know,
Well,
I'm
but it's
in
been-
charge
Yeah,
of
but
that.
that's supposed to be
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a law, isn't it? Executive orders can't be overridden.
Listen, if you want to wear a
I-
mask, wear a mask. It should not be mandatory to wear. If you want to get a shot,
I
get a shot.
had to bite
it shouldn't
my,
be mandatory.
I had to bite my lip today going to the Freehold Mall.
Yeah, and it breaks my heart. Wait, I'm sorry, but it also breaks my heart when I see these kids,
Yes.
5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know,
And
they're
they're not comfortable.
They're not comfortable. And then you have the president who was in this state a couple days ago visiting schools up in.
He landed in South Plainfield, actually.
I think it was like 2 days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He landed in South Plainfield. He went to a couple of schools.
And he's saying like all these like this with the mask and the kids and you know let the kids live. I mean, you know, for someone that can suffer from anxiety, you know, I know, but I suffer from it here and there. You know, I
I
know at
suffer
a young
from it,
age looking from it. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine my 7-year-old self if I was having anxiety. Now I have to wear a mask all day.
No,
Like,
I wouldn't
it would
do
never work.
It would never
I
work.
swear, if I had kids now, let's say if I was like 10, 15 years older, and I had a 7-year-old son or daughter, I'm not putting them in public school right now. I will homeschool them because I don't want them to suffer that. And I get it. You know, you want them to have the social life and all that. But the mandates for these kids, they don't even know that life completely blows yet. Let them enjoy life before they realize, you know,
Yeah.
when they hit puberty and go to high school and life starts to suck a little bit, and then you become an adult and life really, you know,
I think
you gotta balance it out. Let them live. Let them have fun.
That's what
Take
I'm
it.
saying, yeah. In a few years from now, when hopefully this is all over by then, this is going to be a subject in American history. Oh, what happened in 2019, 2021? Oh, this was going on. Mm-hmm. Pandemic. That's
Wear these masks.
it's going to be spoken about for many moons to come.
I don't think it's going away ever.
I was about. Oh my
I don't
god!
think it's
I
going
was
away.
just about to say. I don't think it's going away. It's gonna be
Especially in the
around, yeah.
world that you know, everyone will say black.
I will pack up and leave and go somewhere where
It's all over
nobody
the
can
world
find
though.
me.
It's
I know you
global.
will.
It's global though. It's
Where?
All this whole
Like the
nonsense.
tiger in the freaking zoo had it?
Look,
I mean, come on.
like this nonsense.
Really?
No,
The tiger in a zoo.
know, no, you're just tired of the mandates, which we all are. I think
Tiger
any
in
human.
the freaking zoo?
I think
Really?
Look,
How did
man,
he get it? Freaking apple fell from the tree? You got it now.
You never know, man. With all this research, you never know.
Oh,
No, we just-
researched this.
we just gotta,
Right
through
now it's a scary time right now because we touched base on it. I think maybe 15 minutes ago, and New York is going through these mandates, and it's not. It's really weird because the mandates, whether they like it or not, is hurting New York businesses. Like you have businesses like restaurants that have let's say 4 or 5, 6 people, yeah, and then this is what I saw at least. It was one interview where they had 5 or 6 people, and then they were they had their vaccination passport and whatever, and they ate in New York City. They ordered. I think 2 of their friends came in. It was someone's birthday, but they said they were vaccinated, but they didn't have proof of it.
they don't
They
care.
won't
They'll
let them
kick
in.
you out.
Now, well, what ended up happening is that guess what happened to the 5 or 6 people that already ordered?
Good night.
They left because the thing is the food they're starting to prepare the food,
But they didn't pay
but
for
they
anything.
didn't pay, but right they didn't, so they left. So the if you're an owner, you're like, I just lost maybe $1,000 or $1,500 worth of food.
you think
right
about
there,
it.
right, with the drinks and everything. So so it's hurting businesses now. That's in New York right now, but no one's really talking about that, and that's fine. I get it. Like the mainstream media, is going to make sure that they're protected and everything's fine and hunky dory. Now, with New Jersey going on,
There's
with
nothing out here yet.
well. The thing is, apparently there was I don't know if it was a whistleblower or someone said, hey, if Murphy, we're not going to say anything, and they're not going to say anything now, obviously,
Right.
But if Murphy gets reelected, then
He
what will
will
end
do
up
this.
happening is that they're going to start mandating. What are they going to do?
Well, it
that
was on
again?
hidden camera, and it was a
Now-
top advisor of him that runs his campaign.
Right, that's correct, but we don't want to say.
Well, that scares me though. It's not.
it's-
It's not like you or me who have no, have no knowledge.
I'm telling you,
of-
I'm out of here if this happens. I'm packing up and leaving.
He might not be as bad. I mean, he might be.
It should be.
I don't
it-
buy
it-
it.
He might be. It might
I
be
don't
ma-
trust
it
him.
might be-
I don't trust
It might be
him.
mask mandate. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's
I
going
don't
to be
trust
actually
him.
vaccine mandate. Well,
Even
I don't know.
that should not be a thing.
Because they should leave it up to the private business owner. Okay, it's up to you
Yeah.
what you want to do. This is your livelihood. This is this man's livelihood.
Yeah. I would agree.
You as a comedian, I'm not getting any people here. What are we gonna do?
I agree. I mean, I totally. I'm 100% on it, but for some reason, a lot of people are like, you know what?
Hey,
If we're gonna crush this, then basically we have to do this. Now, the odd thing about it is the states that don't have these mandates, the COVID rates are really low.
That's the
No.
ironic thing. That's the ironic thing.
So it's a very weird.
Wasn't
it's
it
a very
Connecticut just
weird-
recently on the news? I saw this morning. Was it Connecticut? I believe it was Connecticut. They lifted the mask mandate because the rates are below.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know that. I don't know about that about Connecticut, but I know
I think
Florida,
it was Connecticut.
obviously.
It was somebody.
Florida,
I
Texas.
saw it today. I try not to watch any channels like 7 and
4,
and 4
11.
or
All of them.
or shoving it. No, not much. Channel 5 when it's Good Day New York. I just realized that today because I was waiting for Boomer and Geo to come
Wow,
on.
look at that.
6
Not to cut
a.m.
you up. Look at that. Florida now has America's lowest COVID rate. Does Ron DeSantis deserve credit?
They will never give it to him, though. That's the
never.
thing.
They never.
No,
will.
they think he's a
never
crazy
No,
bastard.
and then you got Bruce Springsteen, on Colbert the other night, and
Oh, was his interview with Obama at his Colts neck
will.
home?
Like I said, I can't even listen to Colbert anymore.
he is
I
such
can't- I
an
can't.
ass.
I don't know if he's an ass.
He's an ass.
I miss David Letterman. That's why.
Yeah, I miss
No, you would hate
Dave.
Letterman. If he was still around doing his show,
Dave might be.
no, Letterman would have done the same thing. He openly said that.
Really?
Really?
There would have been so many people that would have turned on David Letterman.
Do you know who I feel bad for? Jimmy Fallon. I feel I had to drink the Kool-Aid. Like I feel he feels he's more conservative than
horrible.
he is. No. I think he drank the
I know what you
Kool-Aid
mean, though.
where he has to be. Well, I'm gonna be like Colbert.
He's not like Kimmel and Colbert. No way.
Okay. Like I think we talked about this before. Did you see how bad this is where it was over for me with Colbert. Number one, he was just too political. But did you see when he did that vaccine thing when he was dancing with his vaccine when he was dancing
That
with
was disgusting.
right, and it was to tequila. It was like dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun 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 dun, and he was
kill
dancing.
you.
And that's where I was like, number one, I was thinking to myself here, it wasn't even funny, right?
No, it wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny. It was just stupid. And then dun 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 tequila. Tequila has 3 syllables, right? Dun 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 dun. Vaccine.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny. It was stupid. And I was
And
like,
you're
what?
shoving it down your throat.
I was like, what is Colbert doing? I was like, what is he doing?
He's a lost soul.
I think
So he used to be
as
with
lost as-
John or filling with Stewart or like
he was on the Daily Show. He used to do the he was like one of the anchors for the Daily Show. But like he used to do like the stuff.
I went to the
with
Letterman
stuff.
show a couple of times.
Letterman
Back in
show
the
was
day.
great. I used to love the Letterman
I
show. Man.
saw Motley Crue. They were playing out in the street outside the studio one year, and then another time I was just bored. I was with myself actually, and I went to the show.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've been to concerts by myself before.
Letterman. I was a big Letterman fan. I still am. I mean, I'm not
But I
a big
think-
Letterman, but I don't know if he would have drank the Kool-Aid.
No, he
said
would have drank the
really?
Kool-Aid.
Yeah?
He said he would have.
Really?
Yeah, he said it on Stern. He said it on...
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't know...
That's
you know,
surprising.
when 2016 was happening, yeah, he would have switched.
Oh, that's
So for a
shame.
career, yeah, because you know what? He would have lost guys like you and you. Not because of politics, though. Just because he's shoving it down your throat. You get sick and tired of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's Colbert every day. I mean, for God's sakes.
Well,
You know, what day is it today? It's October 27th?
We get it.
They're still talking
Yep.
about the former president. Why? You know, 10 months has gone by. There's a new guy.
Hey, they're still
that-
blaming him
yeah.
for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But why is that being brought up? Because there's no other content for these late night shows and these
Yeah.
comedians other than that. And they don't realize the viewing's going down. I mean, Greg Gutfield on Fox has
There's a
higher
lot of-
ratings than
Yeah.
all three of them at
I
the same
know.
time.
There's a lot of content out there. Just walk out your front door.
oh, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Like I saw.
And Seth
Chiarelli-
Meyers, too, is also another douche.
They,
I can't stand... And I loved him on SNL as the
all
update
gotta,
anchor.
they're all gonna turn. But this is something.
And Corden, too. Hell with him.
Yeah,
I can't stomach him.
Actually, I can stomach Corden more than any of them so far. Like, if I was
Okay,
going-
I see what you
if-
mean,
if
but
you
I
had
will
a
not-
gun- If you had a gun to my head, Corden's the one I could probably.
Can we get Ferguson back? Can we get Ferguson back?
We should start a late night show. Huh?
Totally.
Late night with.
I saw the Chiarelli. I saw the
Chiarelli?
the debate.
Yeah.
With
And the three of us, we all had a photo with him
we had
a couple
with
weeks
him.
ago.
And the one
He
thing,
liked my shirt. He goes, nice light.
He
And I
did.
like,
The
love your
one-
last name.
The one thing that stood out really more than anything, which is weird because it wasn't really even policy. It wasn't even policy.
I know where you're going.
Because you had Murphy and everybody saying, hey, you know what? Trump did this and Trump did that. And then him being like, look, man, you know what you got into. You know, it's your job to fix it. You know, it's your job to make it better. He's like,
Yeah, how was that guy?
So the fact that he said, he's like, a lot of politicians don't make promises. I'm going to make this promise. When
hell is
I'm elected as an official, as the governor here, you will never hear me blame Murphy.
I
you
find
know,
that hard to
but-
believe.
But no. But the fact he said he's like, you'll never hear me blame Murphy. You know what I'm saying on past policies because it's his job to fix. I don't know. It's true because everybody is like, even like I have like friends that like you know what happened in Afghanistan. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a debacle. I think it was a debacle. I have friends being like, that was all Trump's fault. Are you kidding me? It was all Trump's fault. So I was like, all right, fine, right? Now
boy.
the disaster is going on at the border. Okay, then they have more people coming on, right? And I'm like, listen, you got to fix this. This is all Trump's policies. This was Trump, and I was like, all right, look. I was like, look what's going on with basically the shipping. You know the
Yeah.
right.
You
So
know what's
basically-
funny
And then
about
it's
that?
like, well, that was Trump. That has nothing to do with Biden. He tried to fix it with Trump, and people like that.
People
all
are
right?
so
and I have
brain dead.
I have friends like that. No, it's okay.
Well, we all do.
Listen, it's okay. I was like, if you think Trump did this, right, that's fine. But I can admit I didn't like Trump, and Trump was an idiot. But when I had a president, if someone you like is messing up, admit that they're messing up. Don't just toss
Right.
it to the administration.
predecessor, yeah.
The
Or the
administration
success-
before.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Don't do that. Like I literally have friends where. And they're still my friends. I'm not
Of
gonna.
course,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna not just because you hate Trump. I'm not gonna be your friend. But it's the most ridiculous thing when you're like, well, this is the problem. Well, it's Trump's fault. Well, there's gonna be inflation. It's Trump's fault. Well, you know what? The gas prices. That was Trump. And I'm like, all right. And you know what? They can't get it through their head that maybe, just maybe, the administration that you voted for, right, is not doing a good job.
And how many of those people actually did vote?
And how many
I
people
think
did vote?
people
Yeah.
did vote. No, people did vote, obviously.
About at 3 in the morning?
No, I know where you're going, though, but I do believe that people hated...
In the rocket.
I do believe people disliked him that much that they were willing to vote for the other guy.
Yeah.
Just because. Not knowing policy, not knowing what they stood for, not knowing who was going to be in their cabinet or their running mate. I do believe there were people out there. where you're going, yes, I'm with you with that 1,000% on top of that. But when you see something wrong, yes, you gotta stand up. I mean, gas $3.49. We had a tax cut in New Jersey early in the month. What the hell happened?
It was Trump's fault.
It's going to be $4 before Thanksgiving even hits.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty.
I mean, in
it's
California,
It's close to $7
in one town, it's $7.49 in California.
Remember what you were saying with the cargo ships?
Yeah.
Now they're blaming there's not enough trailer drivers. That's bullshit because we sometimes travel on the turnpike to go to work.
I'm blaming Trump.
There is a lot of tractor trailer drivers out on the Jersey Turnpike. Tuesday and Fridays is a big delivery day. That's all of. There are trucks. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, I just remember this was in January.
I'll hang out by the Bayonne
So
Bridge.
I was in the state of Ohio, and there was this gas station, and it was like in the backwards of Ohio, and gas was $1.91.
The guy have any teeth when he went in? Hey, park!
No, actually in
Spit
Ohio,
the tobacco out as you go.
in Ohio, you can actually fill up your gas tank. So I didn't have to worry about that. I have to
He's
associate with
probably
anyone in
sitting
the
out
room.
there like rocking back and forth.
But it was $1.91, and I actually have a photo. I'll go. After the show, I'll look for it. But it's gone up almost $1.50 in less than a year.
Yeah.
And it's going to go up even more. I agree with you. I think it's going to be
do
up
you notice
$4.
it's going up? If you see these gas stations, it's called price gouging. You're only allowed to change the gas prices either on a Tuesday or Friday, not 3 days in a row. You could get in trouble for that.
Wait, say what again? Really? Is that true?
That is true. Look it up.
So you can only
You
change
can
your
only
price-
change your gas prices either on a Tuesday or a Friday during the week.
So I can't do it on a Monday or.
You can't do it 3 days in a row.
Huh.
Well, regardless. Well,
Why are they doing it 3 days in a row? What's the?
Well, it's easily like you just said. It's price gouging. It makes sure that they get
course.
that they're getting hit with crazy.
Why is the new Wawa down here $3.27?
What is it?
$3.27.
That's actually cheap. By me, it's like
I saw
$3.40.
$3.49 today
Yeah, it's $3.40
in
something,
your
yeah.
neck of the woods in East Brunswick.
Yeah, it was like $3.40 something. Yeah, which is normally in my
The
neck of
Wawa
woods,
of 617 was $3.49.
It's usually
Oh,
cheaper
you're in
too.
East Brunswick.
Yeah, it's usually
I'm
cheaper.
surprised I didn't run into you yet.
Probably your
Just
field.
look for a traffic plan.
But
guy.
but 327 is actually pretty cheap, and I think you're right. I don't believe it's supposed to go lower. I think Joe Biden had a didn't he have a what was it called? An open policy where he was what's it called when he was speaking to everybody? It was on CNN. It was on Fox.
Like an open town hall.
I apologize.
Did you see?
Yeah, it was
like this?
it was a town hall, and he was like saying like, "What about the gas prices?" And he just really didn't.
He's like, yeah, I got no comment about that.
He was sniffing it,
He
yes.
just kind of
He was sniffing.
blew it off. So that's how you know gas prices aren't going to go down. Now, I think his advisors say by next year they're going to go down, but that's still yet to
If
be
they
said.
don't, man,
I don't know what's
they're
going to
in
happen.
trouble.
This holiday season is going to be a little difficult, man. Like with gifts and like and gas and a lot of shit's going on. And here's the thing too. November. When's the election? November 2nd, I think.
November 2nd, yes.
November 2nd. Like Virginia, whoo, like that. Like apparently, like that's neck.
That's a
and neck.
tight race.
Yeah,
I would assume that was gonna like lean left.
Of course it was, dude.
It's neck and neck.
Apparently, dude.
There it is.
Apparently, he was up. What is it? New Jersey campaign for governor takes twist involving undercover videos, vaccine mandates. Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about before that? I apologize.
No,
for
the
that.
Virginia race.
The Virginia
tied
rate,
up.
yeah. So it should have went left because Biden won that by what 11 points, like ridiculous. Now it's neck and neck. If Virginia goes the other way, okay, and the Democrats lose it, there it is in the midterms. In the midterms, there it is, right? The House. I mean, it's.
I mean, this race. Like, listen.
Dude, are you aware? This was not to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I believe you can pull it up. It was like Murphy was up. It was like
13 points.
It was 13. Then it was 9.
Now it's 6.
5.
Yeah,
It's 5. Yeah, so it's 5. So I don't know what's going on, but he's got a real shot. And I'm the one saying, you know what, Murphy's going to take this. Who are we kidding?
You said that after we were there.
We're in such a blue state. He's a nice guy. We met him, right?
Yeah.
We're in such a blue state. I was like, come on, he's going to win. I don't even know anymore. Like.
I gotta tell you,
like
we should get on the air too.
He's got a shot at this.
Yeah.
We might want to do a live.
Oh my god! Yeah.
We want to do a live and watch it. We might like seriously. That's gonna.
I'm gonna be nervous though. That's gonna be like a 10 shot of wild turkey night.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, how much fun would that be, dude?
that would not be good.
Well, no, I'm just saying we do a live here and we look at that because that's like 5. Like that,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, he might be your guy. You know, he might be the new guy.
We'll see. We'll see. But
And like
it's-
what he just showed me with the mandate. I mean, obviously,
Did you watch the video though? Did you watch the video?
I did see the video,
Okay.
right? But that's why I'm saying I was like, look, there's a lot of things that. It's an advisor, he's way up there. I get that they're saying, hey, the mandates might going to go through, but unless you hear from the horse's mouth,
I don't trust him though.
look, man. All I'm saying, unless you hear, like, if Murphy said it, say, hey guys, guess what? You know what? We're not going to say it now, but after I'm reelected, right? Mandates
That's
all
what
over
he-
the
that-
place.
Listen,
But
that dude is such.
I can't.
Has
I
such an
didn't hear
ego.
from him. You know.
I know he said it behind closed doors. His ego's way too big. His ego is way too big. Photo op Phil, we like to call him.
Look, like I said, that's just how I roll, man. I need to hear it from the guy.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, it would suck. The man. I mean, if that was the case, I think. And here's the thing.
I mean,
if-
people are leaving the state left and right already.
If
Can you
you're-
imagine if you put that?
I mean, I get,
Add that to the list?
If you're elected to a second
Yours
term,
truly, you know.
if
to your
you're
left is gone.
if you're elected to a second term, right? He can do that. You know why? Because it doesn't make a difference. You're in.
Yeah.
And you're leaving the next. You know, what I'm saying? So you could do whatever.
Well, that-
you could do whatever.
that's why they're
you
waiting.
Could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. And right. And they're so. But I mean, I don't know, man. He might lose. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, "Listen, this is
You
this,
said
this-
it,
it's
yeah.
a shutout." He could lose this. Like Republicans could come out and vote,
Can you imagine?
and the independents might be like,
But the
well,
thing
I
is,
don't want anything to do with this.
New
and-
Jersey have had Republican governors in the past. You know,
Of course
other
they-
than Christie. You know,
Yeah.
Look at
Christine,
every-
Christine Whitman. Like there's
look
you know,
at every race in the last 35 years. There's more Republicans that were governors than Democrats in New Jersey.
Is that true?
Yeah. In the
I
last
didn't know that.
35 years.
I didn't know that, man.
In over 40 years, there's never been a governor that, as a Democrat, that served 2 full terms. 2 full terms.
Really?
Yeah.
And Murphy could be the first one.
He could be the first one.
Wow. I mean, it's gonna be tight. You're gonna be watching. We're all gonna be watching. It'll be fun to watch, you know. But
I love this time of the year, but I hate this time of the year at the same time.
Why is that?
I'm excited because there
Halloween?
could be change. Yeah, I have a party on Saturday night. I still don't have a
When?
costume, by the way. What?
Where you going?
Halloween party.
Nice.
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to be. You know,
This guy.
I had an idea if I was going somewhere.
What
I
do
was,
you?
I was gonna go as Paul Stanley's of Kiss, but not get the costume.
Seriously, dude.
you're going to put the makeup on?
I was gonna, yeah, but I would be in a suit.
you would get
for the
canceled,
Dress
though.
The,
You would
Dress
get
to Kill album.
You would get canceled. You would get Kiss Face.
Yeah, don't
You
you
would
be
have
kissing.
Kiss Face, yeah.
Paul Stanley, really? What do you think you're gonna be?
I don't know.
Well, I throw
Talk
out
to
my
me.
own.
Give me something. Yeah, you have ideas.
Okay,
no,
okay.
no.
Well, the one-
I know you have ideas. I know you long enough to know you have ideas.
I know who Ming. We know who he could go
Yeah,
as.
ideas.
Who can I go? Oh, Luke
You-
Voigt?
Yeah, there you go. Put on a Yankee uniform. You go
Yeah.
as
Luke goes
Voigt.
Luke Voigt.
Yeah, come on, Luke Voigt.
Luke Voigt.
You're gonna go as Luke Voigt.
Voigt.
That's funny, by the way.
You know what's funny?
Voigt
wait.
hits one to Detroit.
My dad was actually a rabbi. 2 years ago, he dressed up as a rabbi.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
rabbi.
Jesus.
He had the book, he had the beard, he had the
geez.
wig, and the suit. It was hysterical. But one thing I'm looking at because we still
Take a
have
look
to-
at the screen, everybody. There he is.
I still don't look like him. I do not look like him.
That's tremendous.
I do not
Hey,
look like
come
Luke
on.
Voigt.
Come on.
No.
You have to go now.
give him a hat
No,
and
now
go.
you have to
No.
go now.
Yeah.
You get the sunglasses.
The dude's gonna be playing for the Arizona Diamondbacks next year. No, I'm not gonna be Luke Voigt. And B, I don't even look like him.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, here's my thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, here's my thing.
All right.
You can
So
tell him-
I had.
no, I wanna
wait,
hear
wait,
this.
time out.
I wanna hear this.
Time
I wanna hear
out.
this.
So I had the beard still, or not the beard, the wig.
Uh-huh.
I did find something in my closet
Oh boy.
the other day. It was a Denver Broncos Tim Tebow jersey, and I've done this in the past. I'm gonna get some duct tape.
Uh oh.
You know, I'm gonna put it on the back. That's gonna cover Tebow's name.
You put a Bible.
I'm not gonna put a Bible. Even better.
I thought that's
Sexy.
where he was going.
Sexy
Yeah.
Jesus.
A Tim Tebow sexy,
Sexy
Jesus.
Jesus. Sexy Jesus. And then I'll have the wig.
Sexy Jesus.
Sexy Jesus.
Okay.
And I'll have a Bible in my hand. I don't know. I'll wear sandals.
Aren't you gonna feel a little weird? You're gonna get late.
Could borrow some McCall sandals.
This guy's gonna get laid, man.
Sexy Jesus.
Sexy Jesus ain't bad.
I mean, it's Wednesday. I don't have time. I'm working tomorrow. I'm working Friday. I gotta be in
hump day.
I gotta be in the city.
Sexy Jesus, man.
I had no time.
Sexy Jesus.
Sexy Jesus.
Did they close that famous Halloween store in the city?
Which one?
What was that? You know which one
You
I'm
talking about
talking?
Rubies?
On Broadway? On West Broadway?
Ruby
or something?
Tuesdays.
Yeah, the only one I know is
Oh, yeah.
Rubies. Rubies is still open, but
That's like the biggest, the most
it's
popular
a pretty
one
big one. Yeah,
off of
I just
I have to look. I can't remember. Yeah,
it's down past 14th Street or something, going towards back
I'm gonna have to
home.
look
I
that
think
up.
it's on.
Ming, how about you? What are you doing? What are you doing for Halloween, bro? What are you dressing up as?
I'm gonna be at a con this weekend in Denver,
and I got to feel at the con, people are gonna get dressed up because it's holiday.
well, they're
Halloween
dressed
weekend.
up already. So
that's a good point, too.
Yeah,
That's a good
I didn't
point,
know.
too.
I might bring something. I don't know, man.
No?
I don't want to be a party pooper, but usually if I get invited to a last minute party, I'll put on like a movies restaurant, like all the Kevin Smith stuff.
That makes sense.
One year I dressed up like Jay. One
Why
year
don't you
I did
be
Silent
Ming Chen?
Bob. I could do
Well, you know
that.
what? You know what?
You could.
Hold on. You know what I never thought about? If he goes to a con, he can't dress up. He gets signs, autographs, takes pictures.
I can, but I can't
No, you
really,
can't because you sign autographs, take pictures.
Well,
right?
you
So,
can dress up in
so no. If somebody pays like
put the green shirt.
if somebody pays
shirt
like
on,
25, 30 bucks,
Right,
right,
I'm
for
in
his-
makeup and I look like
You can't. You got to look like you.
Yeah.
So
I
I
look
never
like
thought about that.
Batman, like behind a mask. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I never. Yeah, think about that, right? Because I would be pretty pissed off if he was all. I was like, no, can you take that shit off? I'm paying
He could go. He could go as
$30 for this.
Spider-Man or Ant-Man.
paying money for this
Yeah.
dude.
He's about that size.
My go-to. I bought a Marty McFly Back to the Future costume. The vest is actually
cool.
right behind Kevin there. You can kind of see the red vest
Where's that?
on the rack.
Oh, right
Oh, I
there.
see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, there we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, that's a good one where I look like myself and I can still.
Okay,
dress
well,
up.
there it is.
I might
Oh, we
do
could
that.
go as anything. I could be Thor. We can carry the hammers here. You know.
I was supposed to go to a part of this. I was like, I don't know, but everyone's like saying go Squid Game. Just
Dude,
because-
I
was like, go
watched
Squid
the first
Game.
episode today.
Yeah, and I was
watched the
like,
first episode today. What the hell?
The first episode's not that bad.
No,
Yeah.
the first
You better
the
watch.
first 45 minutes
You-
is weird.
You better fucking buckle in because if you think
Yeah.
that's bad, it's
Dude.
Keep watching.
I knew
Which is this?
The Squid Game. I knew the second I saw that creepy, the red light green, like in that creepy.
Oh no! Do me a favor.
I knew right there something's
Hold on,
gonna happen.
I'm gonna stop you right here before you move on your thing. Are you watching the dub or are you watching it in Korean and you're reading the subtitle? Please do that.
What?
Please, like, listen to it in Korean but read the subtitles.
Why would I want to do that?
Because
the translation and the dub is different. So
Yeah, and
turn the
not-
subtitles on for sure.
and not just that, right? You're taking away from the actors.
Okay.
You're taking away from the actors. It's like watching an old Godzilla film. But when you watch the Korean actors do it, just the inflection in their voice, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just how they're acting, their emotion, it'll come through better, right? Than hearing someone that sounds like me or you. Am I making any sense?
I thought the dub was actually pretty good.
Really?
I do remember you
Did you
saying-
watch the dub part? You didn't see the?
No, I turned on the subtitles. I always do on Netflix. I miss a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Old. I think my hearing's going, but
Oh, I-
I actually thought the dub was not bad.
Really, the
Yeah.
dub was.
I think they actually got some pretty good voice actors.
I do think you were.
do the
I
dub.
do.
I'm
recall-
being
but
Korean.
they do not match though at some point. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
a
what
lot
the
of
hell?
stuff.
So,
yeah,
I do
it's-
recall you saying that last week or a couple weeks ago because it was
Yeah.
brought up on the show.
Yeah.
Where you said watch Squid Games.
Watch Squid Games, but I don't know who I could be. I could be the big boss.
But
could
I-
be
You mean anything? We all look. Yeah, if I could have gotten one of those tracksuits in
Yeah,
time, dude, I would have totally
see,
done
now,
that.
Now here's the, if he went to a con in the tracksuit,
Yeah, it'd be cool.
then
Yeah.
Right.
people will take a picture and be
Yeah.
like, "That's cool." You know.
The thing is, I'm so
too bad you
invested-
don't have one. That'd be so awesome.
I'm
dude.
so invested in other shows right now. I'm halfway done with you. I still got to watch
Oh,
Outer
say
Banks.
nothing.
I'm
I can't-
halfway done with that.
I can't wait
Two
for
great
you.
shows right now, and
Yeah.
and now my coworker had Squid Games on during our break, so he's like, "You got to watch this." I'm like, "All right, I'll watch it." So I tuned in, and then I saw the final 15 minutes, and then, man.
Yeah. You know what? You're an exact opposite. I finished Squid Games, right? I didn't start.
So
you
how
yet.
many episodes-
I can't wait.
Oh,
to
you're
watch
in
you.
for a treat, man.
Yeah.
You
was
are in
good,
for a
you was
treat.
good. So, there's 9 in Squid Games. So
There's 9 in Squid Games,
There's 9
okay.
Squid Games. Yeah. So you're in for a treat though. It's good
Is
stuff.
Squid Games going to be more than just a one and done because it's so big, or they're going to have to extend it?
They're you know what they're actually talking. I mean, this is funny. They're actually talking to the director. Netflix is like they didn't say anything. The director actually flat out said he was like they want the director and the creator.
Yeah.
And he was like he had so much stress making this one. He lost 6 teeth. That's what he said.
What?
Right? He lost 6 teeth. So he was like, I don't know if I'm too
How
sure.
do you lose 16?
You're just so stressed out because think about it. Netflix is like, I'm giving you $21 million to do this. It's gonna be, it better be perfect. So he figured that out. Now he was like saying, if I do it again, he's a little bit off, but he's like, I'm gonna have like different directors. Like I'm gonna have many different directors in different areas. I'm gonna have because he was like a one man shop. He did everything.
Oh, he was on his
yeah,
own.
so he's gonna have like the writers and stuff. But I feel bad because normally
Dude, you got to take care of your
jump,
health first.
dude. You jump on that like a bitch in heat. Like seriously, like
I mean,
if someone
$21 million
says-
though.
If someone said, well, he didn't get paid $21 million. That's what the production cost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was like saying he didn't get paid a lot of money. He's like, yeah, people are like, how much money did you make? And he made it very publicly not too long ago. He was like, I didn't get paid that much money. He was like, I got paid what was the deal was, what Netflix paid me, and that was it. And he was like, and
Is it enough to afford 6 teeth at least?
I hope it is. I hope it is. But watch it. It's fun. But everyone's saying for Halloween, if I go to those parties, I was like, you should do a Squid Game thing. So I was like,
right.
and then I take off the mask and look, I'm actually Asian, so I actually fit right in. I'm right there.
Well, we'll
with
see
it.
with that. But you've never started the show though. Like you've watched season 1 and season 2, waiting on season 3.
For you?
Yeah.
Oh no, you was great. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
That's
just
what-
have to start
I don't want to
season
hear
3.
anything. Yeah, just hear season 3. Yeah.
All you gotta say is you're in for a treat, my
Yeah.
friend.
That
You're
that
in
sounds
for a
awesome.
treat.
I'm all in.
And then we got Ozark coming back in January.
And then Ozark. I thought they were going to end Ozark too. I thought that was going to.
No,
be
you can't. You couldn't after
Yeah.
how
Well,
season 3 ended.
Well, I'm just saying though. I think I heard rumblings.
Well, this is going to be the final season. They made that known.
Yeah, I heard that rumblings that they're saying, well, they weren't too sure about this because I don't think he was going to come back or something. Or he wanted more money or something.
Q?
Like that. It was
Or Bateman?
It was Bateman. I think it was a money thing where they
I
were like,
haven't heard that.
Yeah, it was some type of weird thing. So, but I think at that point you pretty
But
much have him by the balls because you can't kill him. What are you going to do?
Well,
So-
how long can you launder money in the Ozarks and people are getting murdered, in the area left and right?
Well, I mean, yeah,
Like you're eventually going to get caught
I
or
mean,
killed.
I think that's the big thing. That's probably why they're next to
Yeah.
it at this point. But I hope it ends good. Don't you hate it when there's like a bad like Sopranos? How,
Oh, that was terrible.
It was terrible. I hate when they end shit like really really crummy.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope for Ozark it's good. I hope is you gonna go on after this? They're
It
saying?
should. I'm halfway through.
Oh, you didn't finish it?
No. I'm halfway
okay,
through.
Okay.
I've spoken to people that have finished this season, and you got to keep on going.
Yeah.
You got to keep on going. They didn't spoil anything for me, but they said you got to keep. They got to keep on going.
Oh,
Good for
boy.
them then, man. I was like,
And
you
dude,
know,
and if the show is
it's
bringing
good-
in
it's a
all
good
that
show.
money, if the show is bringing in all that money,
Oh,
you
boy.
might as well just keep on going.
you ride it out.
Ride it out, yeah.
That's why they're saying for Squid Games. They're like, you know what?
I mean,
like-
The Simpsons have been milking it for the last 20 years.
Exactly. They're gonna end it. Squid Games is like what's weird? Squid Games is the #1 show on Netflix ever now, right? It's like
It's the number one
it's
already. Wow.
It's the #1. It's not even close. Like it's that, and then you know what number 2 was? It was Bridgerton. So and I don't. Those two are just so opposite.
When
But,
is The Sopranos going to get on Netflix? That's
yeah, it's
They're owned by
yeah.
HBO, dude. That's not happening.
Yeah.
HBO Max, man.
Did you watch The Many Saints of Newark? I haven't yet.
No, I haven't.
I've heard it's
like
not
the
good.
reviews have
Yeah.
not been.
They have my
flattering.
boy Coco Diaz in the movie, and apparently he gets killed. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Uncle Joey get murdered.
It's it's so many good. Oh, by the way, man, congratulations! Apparently, Amazon took on Comic Book Man again.
Well, they had it for a while, then they took it off for about 2 months, and I was like, well, that's it. And there was really nowhere else to get it for free.
Yeah.
To stream, but as of today, they put it back on.
Congratulations
so-
to Ming.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
And,
Get it back on.
And anybody hear the news that up Fort Monmouth right here? Netflix is looking to buy the property to
Yes, I did
make
see
it a
that.
studio.
I think there's a very good possibility of that.
I did see that.
I was
It's
just
a
reading.
very-
Don't they have one?
Yeah.
They have one in Newark now too, don't they? Didn't they open up a small studio in Newark?
They probably, yeah. I mean, Netflix is taking over.
Netflix has now confirmed it wants to turn a 290-acre space on the
Make-
abandoned base into a massive
It makes
film
sense.
place.
It
Yeah.
absolutely makes sense.
Wow, you know what's crazy? That means a lot of stuff that they'll film will be in New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia.
Start developing your programs, gentlemen.
There it is.
There we go.
Right here.
We
All
found
of
the new
us
studio.
right here. We're gonna make it
we
all
found the
happen.
new
You can
studio.
literally knock on an executive's door here. I'm like, hey man, I got an idea. Like, you could be the next Squid Game, bro.
That's it.
You should make this whole place for
Brush
it.
your teeth
Yo,
now.
Min, you in?
Of course I'm
You
in.
in the next Squid Game?
Well, you
I'm
better
in.
brush your teeth now.
You
We
know
gotta
what?
save
I'm
you
gonna lose
6
all my teeth. Yeah, exactly. Guys, this is
book,
once
yeah.
again good stuff we got going on here. How are we on time? We good to go?
We're
brother?
on time, and then like I said earlier, Sal and I are double dipping.
Oh, you know what? That's good.
Yeah,
You're double
another
dipping.
show?
I mean,
That's what she said.
It's good that you're double dipping.
You said that. I didn't say
And the
that.
Rockets right now.
All right, before we end Poke the Woke, I do want to bring this up, and I don't know if you guys ever heard this, but this was hilarious, and this is part of our wokeness thing here. And you can bring this up too, which is ridiculous. But did you check this out? So there's Oberlin College. So apparently a student was scared over a cisgender male worker that was used in a female dorm. So what ended?
Interesting.
Yeah. So what ended?
I didn't mean it like that. Come on.
What just happened?
Yeah. So it ended up happening in Oberlin College. They have safe spaces for transgender and women. So they were really, really upset when like a cisgender male came in to fix their, I believe, their heating system.
Oh my god.
Show his eating system.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look, you didn't tell me this prior because we could have had another.
Look at
30
this.
minutes
Hold
on
on. Okay, ready? A student at Ohio's $80,000 a year Oberlin College said he was left feeling angry and scared after the school allowed a cisgender male worker to install radiators in a dormitory dedicated to women and transgender students.
Okay.
Apparently, quote unquote, I was angry, scared, and confused. Why didn't the college complete the installation over the summer when the building was empty? Why couldn't they tell us precisely when the workers would be there? Why were they only notifying us the day before the installation was due to begin?
Wow.
This. In general, I am very averse to people entering my personal space. The anxiety was compounded by the fact that the crew would be strangers, and they will more than likely be cisgender men. Look, I'm all about.
How can they fix anything last
Look,
year when everything was closed?
when we're talking wokeness here, that is what I'm talking about. Man, it's weird shit like that.
I hope we get 10 more stories similar to that
It's
by the time we're back on the air.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Like this is the most ridiculous.
Some people need a hobby and a job.
They should
That's
have
what they
been.
need.
They should have taken measures to keep
therapy.
students. Look at this. They should have taken measures to keep students comfortable and safe, especially those who have elected to live in a specifically designated safe space. There's a dorm. You know what? Here's the thing.
I got no comment. I got no comment.
I'm gonna go hide in the laundry room when the work is being done.
Anytime I get upset or something, right? You invaded my safe space. That's it. You invaded my safe space. I can't handle it.
And I don't want air conditioning.
And I don't want air conditioning. Well, this was heating and stuff like that.
Oh.
You know what the crazy thing is? Let's just say, when you're talking about, so you'd feel safe if it was a transgender that came in to fix your radiator, right? How many?
I didn't care who it
How
was,
mu-
as long as you get the job done.
Exactly. Well, apparently, think about you. Well, that's a great point. We wouldn't care if they were transgender.
I don't think
but-
99.9% or 99.5%
But
people.
he was upset that it was a cisgender man.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, so I was about to say, yeah, I don't know if you heard about that one, but that's something that you can laugh about a little bit. That's a little bit ridiculous.
God.
Hey,
Anyway, man, on that note, great show. It flew by. Flew by.
we live in a weird world. It did flow. It always flows. We have
We gotta
so much
get
more to
back to
talk
the
about. There's
normal
a
times.
lot more stuff I didn't even talk about today that
I
I got
know.
caught up on, man.
Well,
But-
you know what? We'll do more than an hour next time. Why not?
absolutely. My friend, awesome. Ming, always good, brother.
Sal,
Sal, thank
a
you for
pleasure.
showing up.
Thank you, gents.
And from there, I say we'll see you next week.
see you next week.
You got it.